Everybody is excited. The Bitcoin is screaming to new all-time highs, and for good reason as well. It was only 2.5 years ago that Bitcoin was 16, 17, or $18,000. Now it's 116, 17, $18,000. So congratulations. You have every right to be super excited about Bitcoin hitting all-time new highs. Now, a lot of people are wondering and asking, are they still too late to Bitcoin? And my emphasis for you is that no, you are not too late to Bitcoin. In fact, you still have plenty of time to get ahead of everybody else. There are two ways in particular in which the intelligent Bitcoin investors right now are getting ahead of everybody else. The first way is by making friends and enjoying life and making connections, because people know that as Bitcoin price continues to climb, people that have been in Bitcoin earlier and earlier are going to continue retreating silently into the background. And the second way which people are getting ahead is by increasing their security, because the faster they increase their security, the faster they increase their planning, the farther in front in line they're going to be when different kinds of financial products come to market, and they're going to get the best options of anybody else on the planet, in the world. So I want to emphasize this. If you're anywhere in the Midwest in the United States or in Southern Canada, this means Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, potentially even Wisconsin or Southern Canada, this is the event I highly encourage you to consider joining for both of those reasons. Making a lot of Bitcoin friends and celebrating and enjoying life and enjoying these all-time highs. And secondly, to increase your security and front run everybody else in Bitcoin. What I'm talking about here specifically is called Camp Satoshi 2025. So it's going to be multiple days, 4 days of fun. You can come to all 4 days. You can come just to one day, whatever fits your personal schedule. July 31st, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and potentially August 4th as well. On July 31st, there was a barbecue at the Michigan Capitol in Lansing. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be music, food, food trucks. You'll be able to have a hot wallet set up if you've never had that done before. That's going to be the afternoon of July 31st. August 1st is going to be a wonderful, fun day at Lake Satoshi. You can kayak. There's a beautiful 100 acres that you can walk around on, make friends with, share a beer with somebody, eat some wonderful food, make a lot of friends. You could camp. There are log cabins. There are hotel rooms. You can have whatever kind of lodging you prefer, no matter if you're an outdoors person or if you like to stay indoors. But whatever the case, all kinds of lodging opportunities, all kinds of friends you're going to meet, because on the following day, August 2nd, coming up here really quickly, is the Lake Satoshi Festival. We're expecting about 200 people this year. There's going to be wonderful presentations from all kinds of speakers in Bitcoin across the United States, and even speakers coming in internationally to share their findings and their opinions with everyone coming. So like I said, about 200 people. That event is family friendly. So a lot of people, this is a great excuse to bring your spouse, your kid, your parent, your whomever. This is going to be a really fun time, a really fun festival, just celebrating life with good food, beautiful nature, wonderful people, and lots of Bitcoin talk as well. The following day is going to be a hands-on paid education day with myself and a handful of other in-person speakers with hands-on approaches of helping you increase your Bitcoin security. The things that specifically we're going to cover over the course of this camp and over the course of working with everyone, and this is going to be a much smaller group, 10 people max, right? It's going to be a much smaller group. The things you're going to cover are general education and discussion for those that may be newer to Bitcoin. We're going to cover the mempool and explain the mempool, help people better understand layer 1 versus layer 2 and all the trade-offs, all those things, and really try to give you an in-depth understanding of what actually happens on the Bitcoin blockchain. We're going to help you set up a single SIG as well as an escrow compatible multi-SIG as well as a Bitcoin retirement account. So if you're somebody who is still on exchanges, or if you're somebody that is only still in single SIG, or if you're somebody that for whatever reason knows that they need to upgrade and this Bitcoin all-time high price action is glaring at you that it's time to take action, this is your call to take action. There is nothing better than doing this in person with people and helping you do it, right? There's no other better way to do it. And this is the best possible scenario for you to do it in a beautiful location where you have the time carved out to do it. No more excuses, no more putting this off. This is the perfect opportunity for you to be able to do this. Additionally, beyond those three things, with one-on-one help, there'll be retirement calculators for Bitcoin, helping you do the math with, your personal situation. Beyond that, we will have a special presentation from one of my good friends who's a contractor in El Salvador. He's building about $30 million worth of condos in El Salvador. We're going to hear a lot about what is actually going on in El Salvador, what opportunities are there, and just help you better understand that. We're going to talk about all kinds of different Bitcoin loans. reverse repurchase agreements. We're going to talk about Bitcoin HELOCs, Bitcoin mortgages, other kinds of fiat loans when it comes to Bitcoin. We're going to talk about all those things, what's currently in market, what's coming to market, and how can you best position yourself to be front in line when those products come to market so that you get the best interest rates, the best terms, the best of everything else. We're going to talk about all that. Additionally, we're going to talk about Bitcoin mining. We're going to have a workshop actually with miners hands-on, as well as looking at Ocean Pool and how to choose which pool is right for you. Obviously, we're going to be heavily biased towards Ocean, but we'll have that conversation with all the trade-offs of all of them. We're also going to talk about the more boring stuff, the tax questions, right? We're going to talk about estate planning. If you have over $250,000, and we're going to talk about irrevocable trust. That'll be a conversation for everybody, but those conversations will apply to different people, right? Some people coming to this camp will have literally hundreds of Bitcoin. Others will probably be trying to get to their second coin, right? But whatever the case, everybody is welcome. And no matter your net worth range, whether it's less than $1 million or it's way more than 10 million, whatever the case, we're going to talk about tax strategies to help you minimize your tax bill when it comes to your Bitcoin or other sources of income. We're going to talk about Bitcoin over-the-counter desks. We're going to talk about Bitcoin treasury companies and the trade-offs of each one, and the trade-offs of Bitcoin and cold storage versus those. We're going to talk about Bitcoin exchanges and digital hygiene, and potentially a couple virtual guests. I would really like to come in and speak to everybody, but whatever the case, we're going to cover a lot of material in a very short period of time with hands-on education and giving you products helping you increase your security. So for that event, you're going to be given $700 worth of products between everything you're going to be given throughout the day. And we're trying to keep this as affordable as possible so you have the least amount of excuses possible to delay coming to this event. We're giving you $700 worth of products, plus all the time, plus all the food and lodging donated by Lake Satoshi. You have no excuse not to go. Even if you can't afford or don't want to go to Camp Satoshi, which is, the more expensive option August 3rd, you still have plenty of options with the August 2nd festival, only $21, as well as the barbecue at the Capitol building on July 31st. So no matter what the case, if you are anywhere in the Midwest, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, or Southern Canada, whatever the case, please consider coming out, supporting your fellow Bitcoiners, and get ahead of everybody else by making lots of Bitcoin friends, increasing your education, increasing your networking, and ultimately, the big goal, ending up with more Bitcoin at the end of the process. So if you have any interest in that, please text the phone number on the screen, and let's get this planned out as soon as possible because, there's only going to be 10 spots or so at Camp Satoshi. As far as the festival, a couple hundred people are coming, so feel free to join us. I hope to see you there and shake your hand and meet you face to face.